Hello, welcome back to Revised You, the learning platform. Here, you can access a lot of learning materials through online as well as offline. So, to get more details about our platform, just go to the official website mentioned below. So, guys, we were discussing about the common features of the phyla included in animal kingdom, right? And we have finished phylum Porifera and phylum Coelenterata, and now today we are going to discuss the phylum Ctenophora. Okay, today we are going to discuss the phylum Ctenophora. So guys, these are the examples for ctenophores, and what do you think about their structure? I will show you one more example. See, what does this thing look like? See. Do you feel any resemblance with any nuts or something? Yeah. See, these ctenophores are commonly called as sea walnuts. Okay, sea walnuts, or otherwise they are known as comb jellies. Comb jelly. Clear? So the common name of ctenophores is sea walnuts or comb jelly. They got this name because they are resembling walnuts, and they got this name comb jelly because there are several plates, several combs present all over their body. Now, are they unicellular or multicellular? Definitely they are multicellular organisms, right? They are multicellular organisms. And what about their germ layers? Do you remember under which category this phyla is coming? Yeah. So, these are diploblastic animals having only two germ layers in them. Which are the germ layers? Ectoderm and endoderm. In between ectoderm and endoderm, there is a mesoglea present instead of mesoderm. Okay. And tell me, what is the habitat of these organisms? Yes, they are aquatic organisms and they are exclusively marine. Exclusively marine. Okay. So, they are exclusively marine organisms. And what about their level of organization? Yes, they are having tissue level of organization. Tissue level of organization. Now, tell me, what is the symmetry of these animals? Can you guess? They are having somewhat spherical body structures. So, what will be the symmetry? Yes, they are radially symmetric animals. They are radially symmetric. We have studied that most of the radially symmetric animals are having a spherical or cylindrical body. Right? Now, we are going to study the peculiar feature of this phylum. Okay. Can you see some rows of special structures here? This is the first row, this is the second row, and this is the another row. And here also you can see these structures. What are they? This is the peculiar feature of this phylum, which is known as comb plates. Okay, so 8 rows of comb plates are present in them. Comb plates are present in them, and these plates are provided with cilia. Okay, so what is the function of a cilia? Yeah, cilia helps in locomotion. So, here these structures are provided with cilia. So, what will be the function of this structure? Yeah, they serve in locomotion. So, in Ctenophora, these 8 rows of comb plates are helping in locomotion. Okay, so this is a peculiar feature of this phylum, and never forget about this point. Clear? See, I think the comb plates are visible for you. Like, Can you see some projections like cilia here? And there is 8 rows of complex all over the body of this organism. And now moving to the next point, we'll discuss about digestion. Okay, when talking about the digestion in Ctenophora, it is both extracellular as well as intracellular. Okay, what is extracellular and intracellular digestion? Yeah, extracellular digestion is nothing but when digestion takes place outside the cell by the enzymes secreted by the cell, then it is known as extracellular digestion. When digestion is taking place inside the cell, then it is known as intracellular digestion. So that is about the digestion. And what is the germ layers? What about the germ layers in this organism? They are coming under diploblastic animals. Okay, diploblastic means only 2 germ layers are present. Which are they? Ectoderm and endoderm. Instead of mesoderm, there is a mesoglia present. Okay, the jelly-like substance is known as mesoglia. That's why they are called jelly, and also they are having some complex, then they are called conch jellies. Clear? Now, next point is a special point. Okay, see, you can see some glow in these animals, right? In the previous picture also, you can see some glow here. See, I think it is like the organism is emitting light. Are they emitting some sort of light, electricity or something? Okay, there is a phenomena called what? Bioluminescence. Luminescence. Okay, what is this? It is the ability of an organism to emit light. So, bioluminescence is observed in a number of animals only, and these ctenophores show a marked bioluminescence in them. Okay, they emit light. They have the ability to emit light. So, bioluminescence is a marked property among ctenophores. Now, in these organisms, sexes are not separate. Sexes are not separate, which means the single organism itself produce both male and female gametes. We have studied a term for this, right? Yeah, this is a hermaphrodite. Both sexes are in the single organisms. And now, what about the fertilization? The fertilization is external here. It is not taking place inside the body of the animal, but it is taking place in the external medium. Which is the external medium here? Yes, it is water. So, fertilization in external, it is taking place in water. And development is indirect, which means the zygote is not directly developing to the adult, but there is an intermediate stage called larval stage. Okay, so the direct development is not direct, it is indirect. And now finally the examples. The examples for ctenophores include Pleurobrachia. Okay, Pleurobrachia and Ctenoplana. So what are the examples for ctenophores? Yes, it is Pleurobrachia and Ctenoplana. So that's about phylum Ctenophora. It's a simple phylum. There is no lot of points to remember. They are commonly called as sea walnuts or conch jelly. They are multicellular organisms with diploblastic body organization. They are exclusively marine and they have a tissue level of organization and they are radially symmetrical. And the peculiar feature of this phylum is the 8 rows of complex with cilia. Now, these complex are serving them in locomotion. Now, they are having extracellular as well as intracellular digestion. They are diploblastic animals. We have told that they show the property of bioluminescence, which means they emit lights. So then the sexes are not separate. The fertilization is external. It is not taking place inside the body of the animal, and the development is indirect development. Okay. Now the examples are Pleurobrachia and Ctenoplana. Clear? I think this phylum is clear for you. Now we'll see in the next session with another phylum. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and be revised.